Greetings. This is your brother, Elder Blacklight, coming to you from the Motor City, Detroit. And we are going to pick up where we left off from yesterday, talking about voodoo. We're going to break down voodoo, mental powers, unity, and Islam according to the teachings of H.E.M, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Voodoo. Why am I including that? Well, voodoo has something to do with thought transfer. And later on in this video, we're going to send out a demand from us to, if you're with me, Donald Trump, concerning a version of reparations, giving him an offer that's going to be hard to refuse. But I'm going to explain this to you before we get into it. You see behind me a ritual, a voodoo ritual, and you see this sister in midair dancing, caught up in the ritual voodoo. And you see a unity of thought. All of them focus on one thing. On yesterday's video, the Haitians' one-day independence, it is thought and said by practicing voodoo. But what it is really is brothers and sisters sending energy, focusing on energy, center lining energy, focusing on energy on an object. Sometimes the object, is in a doll or whatever. And the Caucasian yesterday said that some of the Caucasians thought they were making a pact with the devil because they were using a goat. Well, a goat symbolizes them, the devil. See, a goat, they call them kids. The Caucasian call their children kids. We should never refer to our children as kids. But a goat eats anything, mischief, gets in stuff. He's bad news for a pet. And they sacrifice goats or whatever. And they focusing their energies on the object, on one object or one individual or whatever. Thought transference. See? And they're using their faith. See, faith is a part of some of our powers. Jesus said, if you have faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains, right? And zeal and understanding of what they're doing, and imagination, just to name a few. So all of them are using these faculties, and their focus on the object of their desire, or the object that they're trying to get them to conquer or whatever. Anyway, that Haitians won their freedom like that. That's all it is. Prayer is like that. When you pray, everybody's supposed to be in a mass setting like a church or a mosque or whatever. You're focusing uh, on your desire or your wish, or what you want to happen or whatever. You're asking for a deity that you carry within yourself, and the deity is an energy, and that energy can be sent forth. Now, this is the Supreme Wisdom book. This is some of the lessons that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had to deal with. Page 34, down to number 30, it says, first it says, on 29, the light travels 186,000 miles per second. Then, on the paragraph 30, it reads like this. The uncle of Mr. W.D. Farrar lives in the wilderness of North America, surrounded and robbed completely by the caveman. Therefore, he has no knowledge of his own nor anyone else, but his mind travels 24 billion miles per second, which is considered the average speed of thought per second. How many round trips would it take? Well, anyway, we ain't going to read that part because we not going to. My concerns is that thought travels at 24 billion miles per second. So the minute you think something, or when you have these ceremonies, these rituals, like this, and you're all in unity, focusing all on one thing, you can move mountains if you have enough faith. And so, since the Caucasian refuses, Donald Trump refuses to talk about reparations, we're going to give a demand. This is going to be an experiment to Donald Trump and the whole empire of America. This is the demands. The message to Trump on reparations. Manifest Destiny gives the black original man a form of reparations. Which will be a reparations tax exempt, free, unlimited purchase card. In other words, you receive a plastic card with your name on it saying that this is a reparation card. Your status will be tax exempt, free, unlimited purchasing. You don't have to pay for nothing. Groceries. But I mean, it's limited. One person can't get over abundant with what he's trying to purchase, buy out the whole store. So it will be a limit, instead of getting 1,000 uh, 1,000 cartons of eggs, you get 2 or 3 per customer. You see, you could go to Home Depot, purchase lumber to build with. Everything is tax exempt. Get gas for your car. Everything is tax exempt. And you qualify for getting this card if you got a slave name or if you had a slave name. And if your parents could trace back to the 1800s. So your grandmother, your great-grandmother, if you in the baby booming status, if you could trace that back, and you gotta, even if you change your name, you could trace it back. So we demanding this from Donald Trump. If you don't heed our demands, then you have to suffer the consequences from the wrath of Allah. Now we're giving you to maybe 5 days up until the presidential election, 5 days before the presidential election, to make this a public announcement that you will comply with our demands. If you do not comply, then you and your followers will suffer the wrath, black or white. We're going to continue this on the next video, get a little more in detail. But the voodoo is a focused thought transference. That's when black people are in unity, using motion, rhythms, vibrations. Sugar and sugar, salt is salt. If you can't dig it, it ain't my fault. Black light.